I want to welcome you to the Ask Jeff YouTube channel. Here's today's question. In 1 Kings, after Solomon has died, it is mentioned that his sons follow up by building up the, quote, high places. Does this reference to the abomination of the Tower of Babel? Could it be suggested today that we have high places built across the world that would be considered, quote, sinful against God? Well, let's go back in the Old Testament. Let's talk about the proverbial high places. One of the things you'll notice, not just in the life of Solomon, in the life of Solomon and his subsequent sons, but all of those that were residents and leaders within what we know as the entity of Israel, is there's this ebb and flow of rebellion against God and revival on behalf of God. And one of the marks that you see of revival is the Bible says they tore down the high places. When they're in rebellion, they build up the high places. Essentially, what you have are places of idolatrous, what we might call pagan worship. Now, Tower of Babel, that's back in Genesis chapter 11, and you never see truly a revisiting of a true Tower of Babel. But I do think you can make the claim that high places are mimicking the Tower of Babel in an attempt to usurp the one true God, to worship and to venerate a, quote, false God. So again, this is a common thing we see in the Old Testament. Unfortunately, it happened in Solomon's life. And one of the things that he taught us in the book of Ecclesiastes is a man can work his entire life but cannot control what his descendants do with the inheritance. And the same thing goes for spiritual matters as well. I, you, any of us, we cannot mandate or dictate what our children do with the faith that we personally subscribe to and believe in. Yes, we can instruct. Yes, we can teach. But at the end of the day, it is their relationship with God. It is not ours. So back to Solomon and his children. Yes, they set up false idolatrous worship sites. They were mimicking of the Tower of Babel, but it was not an imitation therein. Great question. If you have one, send it to AskJeff.net. Maybe your question will be tomorrow's. Thanks for being a part of today's daily question. Now, we answer a question each and every day. Please feel free to submit a new question at AskJeff.net. We may not have gotten to yours today, but we eventually will continue to be a part of this. Subscribe so you don't miss out on a question every day.